Hello my loves, okie dokie. I am doing a fixer-upper on this nail. So I've sculpted these using Diamond Nail Supply's Clarity. This nail is not a greenie or anything. This is what I shut in the salon door a few weeks ago, and it's grown quite a lot and now broken. So I need to fix it. So I'm going in first with my Navy Professional Ethel cuticle tool. Now, I'm doing this left-handed if it looks a little clumsy, but the tool is super easy to use, and obviously prep is key. So the first thing I'm doing is pushing the cuticle back and detaching any of the non-living tissue from the nail plate so that the acrylic can adhere properly. As you can see, there's quite a lot there. Delicious, lovely. So I'll continue with that until I'm happy, and then I will go in with my e-file on a very low setting and just gently go around the area just to remove anything else that's left. It's kind of like an extra step just to be extra careful, especially as I'm doing it left-handed, because I kind of feel like I might miss something. And then after that, I get my Helen, which is my cuticle nippers from Navy Pro Tools. These are stunning and really sturdy, like super good. And I'm going to be removing any excess tissue there that's hanging, which is a little bit, not too much. I'm quite lucky, I don't suffer too badly. But there was a bit there and I want it gone. And even using my left hand, these were super easy to use. And they are sharp, so you don't need to sort of go pulling and ripping. You just snip and move, snip and move, done. Once that's all done, I'll get my prep spray and clean off any dust. Lovely. So now I'm going to be using Clarity, which is the clear acrylic from Diamond Nail Supplies. And I'm also going to be using their extra strength acid-based primer. Just putting a small amount of the acid-based primer on, don't want to go too much. And once that's all dried in, I'm going to be going in with a very dry bead of Clarity. I'm using my number 10 Glitter Fairy round brush, because I feel it's a lot easier for me to use, especially with my left hand. So, a very dry bead, so dry. So dry. But you need it because we're not going to be using a form or a tip to fix this. We're going to be using just the acrylic bead itself. So you may need to hold that bead onto the nail for a couple of seconds more to allow monomer to flow from the brush to get the bead to adhere to the nail surface. And then you literally are going to gently push it where it needs to be. And don't worry if at first it's bulky, because once it's set you can file it. The main thing is we're expanding that surface area. And then from here on in afterwards you can go in and sculpt. But as you can see, the bead's dry, it's working really nicely. This was a good chance for me to put the product to the test in a different situation as well, because it's not common that I do something like this. Tucking my brush underneath there because I don't want it sticking to the skin. Sorry about the view of the side of my thumb. And again, making sure that there's a nice gap underneath, as there would be with a natural nail. Then I'll just go in with another bead at the cuticle and pull that down, just to tie it all in nicely. And as you can see, it's fanning out, because there's just no natural nail underneath to hold this shape. So what I'll do is, as it starts to set, I will pinch just lightly with the very tip of my pinchers, because we want a little C-curve in there. We just don't want it fanning out, because that will then mean that when I go in to do the next part, it will automatically be the incorrect shape. So once that's set, I'm then going to go and file it and do the sidewalls and make sure the free edges are nice and neat. and then just go over the body of the nail. And that's that done. As you can see, looks pretty normal now. Still see my bruise. It really hurt for weeks. It doesn't hurt anymore. Okay, so I've put my form on and I'm now going in with a bead of clarity again. Just push that bead up to the line and then blend it back a little bit so that the two acrylic areas join. And then literally push and pull that bead down to where it needs to be. So I'll stretch that bead down until obviously it's the same length as the others. If I need to add another bead, I will. And then as soon as that starts to set, I will pinch so that it's nice and sleek. So once that's set, I'll go in and file and then remove the dust, and that is that. So we fixed the nail without using a form or a tip and then gone in and finished sculpting the rest of the nail. See you next time. Bye!